Hey, welcome into Dom Time. It's our weekly roundup with two esteemed pundits, interns or not, around the Delaware Valley. Nick Vidala. Nick is the assistant web editor of Philadelphia Magazine and covers millennial issues, among others. And Andy Hatchadorian has some millennials that he knows about and covers that too, as the editor of the Daily Local Times out in Westchester. All right, kind of a lightning round, guys, of stuff. Andy, you know about this, and Nick was kind of surprised that there is a Nazi, I won't even say alleged, our Justice Department says it, so that's good enough for me, out there in Westchester, not just a skinhead, a guy who was an actual Nazi back in World War II. You guys are trying to find him. He's on a list to be deported. There are 10 of them. We have 2 of them in the area, one in Northeast, and the big guy out there in Westchester.
We have this person in Westchester who also has an address down in Delaware County. So our sister paper, the Daily Times, has been working along with us, but not exactly the easiest person to find. It's not like you can find them in the white pages anywhere or
under Nazi, right?
Exactly. So
now, what do you say to people who call me? Because I'm a bug. I don't care if they're 85 years of age. I don't know about imprisonment. We're going to track these guys down. We're going to get it straight for the crimes they committed. And I don't want to pay them Social Security, and I frankly don't want them in the country.
I mean, personally, I totally, I agree with that. I mean, it's someone who's been basically convicted of more or less of a crime. We know what they've done, and it's time to pay the piper here. But for some reason, our country is just not seeing fit to put them on a boat or a plane. And
yeah,
the only reason is they have no one will take them apparently. But that shouldn't be, as you pointed out, shouldn't be our problem.
And Nick, with you, back to your bailiwick, I see a lot of people that get to college age or whatever, millennials, because this happened so long ago. Holocaust denial seems to be anything conspiratorial, whatever. It amazes me that, the Nazis were very, very good record keepers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
I just think that, I mean, if you're raised on the internet, you're kind of privy to kind of different modes of thinking, and maybe you kind of get sucked in by them sometimes. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that, too, with what you do at Philly Mag and internet standards of journalism versus others. I'm a big fan of Matt Drudge.
Okay.
But Matt Drudge, Andy, I don't think follows the same formula that you might.
No.
And I get it what you do, and the papers, I'm fine with that. But I like what Drudge does.
Yeah.
That's where my sensibilities are.
Well, yeah, as far as the aggregation thing of news stories goes?
Well, as far as just the, should we call it the rigor or whatever, what your requirements might be to put something in versus what Matt Drudge does. Okay. And I think Philly Mag certainly is in that camp.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting to see people kind of pull things from Reddit and social media sites and things like that. But it does come down to, is that kind of a negative, or is that just what we're working with in kind of
and you said you blog, Andy, for example, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's a big discussion, are bloggers journalists, et cetera? And
I mean, we look at them as people, at least for Chester County is concerned. There's a lot of people in our area who have a passion or an expertise in things that we don't, quite frankly, don't have on our staff. So we welcome them. We look at them as contributors, people who have established a relationship with us. Now we trust them, they trust us, and we publish their material, and they offer readers, if there's one person out there who can pick up some information or some knowledge that they didn't have before and couldn't get from us.
I'm reacting to the fact that there's some Dan Rather types or whatever that think bloggers are lower than dirt and they're the only journalists. They don't like talk radio TV or talk TV too much either. Parting area for you guys. $50 million as we speak, Philadelphia schools, that's the shortfall. The big hole was $300 million. Whether it'll come through, and now we're hearing all the scare stories. Now, you're a millennial guy living in the city, et cetera. Do you see the Philadelphia public schools? I'm not sure if you have kids, or you probably don't have kids. You don't have kids in the school yet. Do you see a stake in this, all these shenanigans and all this nonsense?
In public schooling, I mean, kind of. If your public school system isn't working up to snuff, that's going to have a detrimental effect on society in the long run, right? Because you have a whole generation of people who aren't educated, So that's definitely a problem for me. But I mean, even if the schools open with that, if they get that $50 million and they open, that's great. But we're still $254 million short. So we have open buildings, but we don't have staff, we don't have materials, we don't have lesson plans. So it's just, the $50 million would be nice, but I don't know if it goes far enough.
And Andy, out in the suburbs, Daily News wrote on Saturday, guys like you in the suburbs, fat cats in the suburbs. You have a stake, and they actually said there's going to be more crime out in the suburbs unless the Philadelphia Public Schools gets the money.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of that is more scare tactic than anything else. I mean, we've had kids from Philadelphia and families move out for years and years and years. I think that's just a lot of hooey to try to force the hand of of the people in government and whoever's going to actually write the checks, and that's what it's all about. We've seen this coming though for years. I mean, none of us should be so silly to think that this just happened in the last 6 months.
Finally, the chickens are coming on the roost. We've got about a minute left, guys. Big story coming up out in Chester County. What's on your radar screen? What are some of the things?
I mean, we have our university folks coming back, and it's always a challenge every year. I mean, we try to avoid what we referred to last time as our mini riot that we had in the middle of the borough. So it's always an interesting time. Moving back in, it's just it just starts the whole ball rolling. So we're hoping for a nice calm school year down in Westchester.
Come on now, that's not going to happen.
Probably
not.
And
Nick, on your beat at Philly Mag, what are some of the stories you see coming up?
I mean, I'm definitely going to be following Eric Holder, see where the consequences of that go.
Okay.
Definitely going to look and see how Darrell Clark and Mayor Nutter can work out their differences in the school issues too.
And anything else? Any more eat-ins planned for viewers that didn't know about the eat-ins at
Steaks.
Joe's, which used to use another name for his steaks, out there in Tacony? You guys showed up. It's a good cheesesteak.
Yeah, it's a great cheesesteak. None planned so far that I know of, but if they have another one,
you'll be there.
Get out there.
All right. Thanks for joining us tonight. Coming up, why 1 minute, take a look at stop and frisk in New York. A judge said, no good, unconstitutional. I'll explain why it is a good thing straight ahead on Dom Time. Hey, my big story tonight is that a judge wrongfully in New York ruled the stop and frisk in New York City was unconstitutional. Now, New York has a much lower per capita rate of crime, particularly murder, gun violations, than Philadelphia. Why? 2 reasons. One, and Philadelphia could get this also, it's mandatory. If you're caught with a weapon unlicensed, loaded in New York, you're going to go to jail for 2 years. Remember Plaxico Burress. The bigger part is, though, New York police stop and frisk. They do good police work, they stop people, and they get people that are carrying weapons, and they stop others from carrying weapons. This judge is wrong. More people are going to die as a result of it. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. Join us tomorrow night on Dom Time.